You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the only one media group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dini Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, how's it going? I am your host, dini-mussolini. There are over 20,000 of you guys on the line with us tonight. Oh my goodness, you're going to break the internet. But it's okay because we can house all of you guys here on our show. So no worries there. For this new year, guys, I want you to adjust your thinking for success. And I'll give you 5 attitude adjustments, just to keep in mind as you go throughout your day. Number 1, and this is one I've conquered. Like, it took me a full year to master this, because sometimes my level of pettiness can really get up there, but my inner conscious now, it keeps that pettiness away. Like, there's a lot of times I see stuff on Facebook, and I have like this automatic BS detector, and sometimes I'll be wanting to call it out, but like, nah, what purpose will it serve? I value my time, and getting into useless arguments is one thing I really don't want to use my time or energy in. So this is one I've conquered. It took me a year, but it's act, don't react. When you react to something, you are not really in control of your own destiny. Reactions can be time-wasting distractions that keep you from what you really want to do. Taking action, taking the initiative will prevent you from having to react. Yeah. Number 2, remember that those who know how will always work for those who know why. Look for the why and see the big picture. There are always those who know how. The world rewards visionaries who can see the why. Number 3, stay focused. Jumping from one thing to thing dilutes your skills, your enthusiasm, and your time. You can have anything you want, but not everything. Remember last show I said you can be a doctor, but you can't also at the same time be, what did I say? An engineer, a pilot, a lawyer, a judge. You can't, those are wonderful titles, but you can't be all those titles at the same time. You have to choose one and focus on that. So decide what you really want and go for it. And learn to let go of the rest. Not necessarily let it go, but, shift it to the back burner for just a season, Focus on one thing at a time as you master it. Then, move on to something else as your life changes or your season change. Look for opportunity. This is number 4. Look for opportunity in all situations, especially problems. Every problem is positively ripe with opportunity. Opportunity is everywhere. Learn to open your eyes to it. Ask, how can I do this better? Why did this happen? What would prevent this problem from occurring in the future? And number 5, look for ways to create value. Those who can deliver the most value to the most people are the winners in life. I got a question the other day. It's like, Dini, how long have you been doing this? 4 years. Dini, why has your show grown? Well, it's not necessarily the how we do things, but why we do things. From artists, for actors, for CEOs, tech geniuses, people who, go on a mission to rescue pets. We've interviewed all kind of people, all kind of celebrities, normal people, aliens, vampires, people who think that they are those things. And it's all good because, do you. But the why we do this is for the experience. We give artists and actors a chance to tell their story from their perspective, because a lot of times when you're maneuvering in this industry, you don't get that opportunity except for, what you say on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat. And that's it. It's like the 15 seconds of fame type of thing. But on an in-depth, sit down where you're telling your story, you're telling your truth, you're telling your point of views of your music or your films from your perspective, it becomes a whole new experience. So that's why we're successful. It's the experience. All right. That is my word, and my word is bond. Take that from me, Dini-Mussolini.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, hello and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or Inside the Book, Inside the Business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos, crystalline, or starseeds, or for my vigilantes audience family, and 2 times for my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 4 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens. Or people think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. And that's V as in Victor. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Text that number to your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. Feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much and we take up the entire hour. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, iTunes, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes Store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we ever aired.
Well, tonight's interview is the bigg-rich interview. Oh man, just saying that name is just explosive, and you'll find out why. But before we do that, we have to do this.
Wow! Do you have an idea that needs to get out there? PitchYourIdeas.org is looking for people with ideas to get to the industry.
PitchYourIdeas.org is looking for people with great ideas to get to the industry and to the public. Do you have ideas that need to get out there? Go to PitchYourIdeas.org and get your ideas out there.
PitchYourIdeas.org is looking for people with great ideas to get to the industry and to the public. Do you have ideas that need to get out there? Go to PitchYourIdeas.org and get your ideas out there. PitchYourIdeas.org is looking for people who don't know what to do with your talent or ideas. People who have ideas, inventions, movie scripts, TV scripts, and ideas that will entertain, inform, or make things better should go to pitchyourideas.org.
And there you have it. pitchyourideas.org. Look, it's a new year. If you have ideas in the back of your cranium, in your notebook, on your hard drive, or in your memo pad on your mobile device, it is time to crank it out and let somebody help you get those things out there to the world, especially if it's going to make life better, comfortable. That's what we are here for, right? To evolve. Well, Pitch Your Ideas are the guys to handle that for you. They work in the music industry, the movie industry, and science. So yeah, check them out, pitchyourideas.org. It's going to be so cool and radical talking with bigg-rich. He is one cool dude, and I'm very much like you all to meet an artist I am now a fan of. Yeah. So while I confess I never met him per se, so you can't say that this is biased. No, never met the guy. This will be our first time speaking, actually. He's not only a very talented artist with a pure insight into music, unlike any other I've encountered, but also extremely driven and serious about his music career. So check out this interview. Make sure you tune in, and let's dive deep into this interview. We're ecstatic to have him here with us tonight. So, let's go ahead and welcome him to our Vigilantes Radio podcast. bigg-rich, man, how's it going?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing great. So, man, how are you feeling in this new year?
Actually, I'm feeling great in this new year. My new year has been amazing. From New Year's Eve night, kicked off even amazing. Bought my New Year's in with my friends and family, and every day after has been like a blessing. Some new opportunities have come up, more work, me bettering myself as a person and artist. So I'm great. This new year has been the perfect start, I should say.
Man, that's incredible to hear, man. Almost like magic in the air, right?
Of course, I can agree with that.
So, did you set any resolutions?
To be honest, yes, I did. I only set one resolution, and that was to put 3 times the energy into my business, into my brand that I put last year. Last year, I felt like it was a lot of learning. It was a lot of indulging into the paperwork side of the business side. This year, I want to put 3 times the energy into the creative side, into the energetic side. So that's my only resolution, to put 3 times the energy into it.
Definitely. And your business is, I may be wrong in this, but I know you're doing this campaign, Big is Beautiful, right?
Oh yeah. That's the movement right now. The Big is Beautiful campaign.
Cool. And that's the name of it?
It's actually that Fat Fly Dude. That's the movement, but it's based around the Big is Beautiful. That's the source behind it. It's Big is Beautiful, but the name of the movement is that Fat Fly Dude.
Okay. And that's the name of your single as well, right?
Yes, that's the name of the single as well. Yeah, that Fat Fly Dude.
Definitely. All right, man. So let's go ahead and kick off the interview, man. It's going to be so cool talking with you, man. Like to say a huge thank you, man, from everything I've read and researched, anything I could find about you on the internet, all led me to a ton of things to talk about with you tonight. But before we get right into that, let's start at the beginning, like the genesis of bigg-rich, for those that don't know about you yet. What brought you into a lifetime of music?
I kid you not, I was in music class in 8th grade, and they had a sample disc called Hip Hop Music Maker, where they allow music where you can actually play loops and play samples, and that was the first time I actually realized that you can actually make music without being able to play an instrument. I played instruments, but it's like, I'm like, man, I want to make some beats, but I don't know how to play drums. I don't know how to play everything, and that was the first actual program I ever witnessed. And when I seen that, and I was able to make a beat on it and make a track on it, and then from that point forward, I was able to create rhythms in my own melodies that was in my head. From that day forward, I kid you not, I seen music a totally different way. That was the start. That was the kickoff of it. Being able to actually create my own melodies and not having to play an instrument. That was the start of my music.
Yeah. Dope. What instrument did you play in the band?
Actually, I played the trumpet, I played saxophone, I played the drums, and the piano. I tried to experience a little bit of everything. I never wanted to cut myself short. I thought saxophone was like a sexy sound. I thought trumpet was just something cool to do. I wanted to play the drums because I like beating on things. I used to have buckets in the backyard and beat on them. So when I was in school, I actually learned how to play the drums, and I taught myself how to play the piano.
Nice. So you're like an all-around musician, pretty much.
I try to be. I like learning, to be honest. I like teaching myself something new, keep my brain fluent. So, so I guess you can say it. If it's interesting to me, I'll learn it. I'm even trying to learn guitar right now.
Dope. Man, do it all. I played the trumpet in a high school band. And then after that, after graduating, I started playing the bass guitar. So that's what I do now, man. I'm a bassist.
Oh, that's what's up. That's the groove right there.
It is.
Show the groove.
So, man, bigg-rich, what?
My grandfather,
go ahead.
He's actually in the Blues Hall of Fame. He actually won the King of Blues belt from B.B. King. And
wow.
I like to go out. To this day, he still performs or whatnot. And I like to go out and just he actually got a really cool bass player that really, when they play a funk session of the night, oh man, he gets it in. So that bass can be groovy, man.
Oh yeah, wow. Bigg-rich, what has kept the passion of music to continue roaring throughout these years for you?
To be honest, my music, the music that I make and what I get out of music is like my outlet. And I'm really good at using words. I'm really good at articulating and actually creating a picture out of words. And my music helped me express. I'm not really emotional person in normal day life, but through my music, I can express all type of emotions. So when I go through life or when I go through a situation or when times are challenging, the music is what get me through it. I'm able to create a song that I can listen to that will help motivate me through this hard time, or I'm able to get something off my chest to where I'm able to hear it out loud, and that in itself, it keeps helping, pushing me and motivating me. And along with it, when I make the music and people hear it, my nieces and nephews, they love it. It's like all the music I make can be inspirational. That is the biggest drive, being able to inspire people with my words, being able to get people to see my point of view, and they love it. So that all of it is inspiration to keep me going every day.
Man, that would do it. So, we just learned about, music program being, almost like the catapult for you getting into music in the first place. Oh, on the hip hop side. But what about a time where perhaps you saw another artist or a band that completely changed everything for you along the way? Somewhere, somehow, you heard something or saw someone live in front of your eyes, or maybe on TV, or maybe someone you idolized, but something bigg-rich, something changed it all for you and turned music from something that you wanted to do into something that you needed to do, and solidified the direction you put yourself on to become an artist full on. So, man, any idea where that moment in time is for you, where it was, who it was, what happened, and what made that massive impact on your life?
To be honest, when I went to college, I told myself I was going to stop doing music until I graduated. I was the first person in my family to graduate from college.
Man, congratulations.
Appreciate it. And I focused on college. I focused on school the whole time I was there. But after I graduated, I decided I'm going to start to get back into the music. And then I started to follow Jay-Z. And during that time frame, Jay-Z was just making powerful business moves. He really started to step out as the businessman, and the different things he was doing with the cell phone companies, where he basically sold 1 million albums to the cell phone company first, where his album went platinum day one, even before he released it. When I started seeing things like that, I'm like, music is more than just music. It's actually a business. And if that day, after watching those power moves he can make, I'm like, I can make it successfully actually doing business using music, something that I love. And when I found out that, this business side I actually knew how to do. From that day forward, it changed it from a dream to more of a reality, more of a, this is what I have to do right now. Then that sparked my passion, and now it's like I'm so far and so deep into it, and just it's no turning back. It's like it's literally built inside of me. It's a part of me now.
Man, I can hear it in your voice, man. Definitely.
Oh yeah, I love my music with a passion. Like day to day, I kid you not. I like listening to a bunch of other artists, but like the music I make and the different styles and different levels I can take it to, I love listening to it every day. It's very inspiring. And also it's like I compete. Of course there's a million people to compete against, but I like to compete against myself, you feel me? I better myself by competing against myself. I got to do better than the next time. And it's actually, the more I do it, the easier it gets. You know, I learn from it every time.
No, speaking of that, we know that this isn't your first time in the studio. I mean, you have a new record out, but what did you learn from your previous experiences in the studio that helped guide you to success over the recording of your new record?
That was actually kind of cool. The recording of That Fat Fly Do, I actually recorded that in it was like $1 million studio at Webster University here in St. Louis, Missouri. And when I got in there, I was so comfortable because all of the past recordings, it taught me, how to breathe when I'm in the studio. It taught me how to understand what's important, how to structurally do a song where you can knock it out in a timely manner. All of those things I learned in the previous studios before, how to come into the studio already having your words and vocals and everything you want to do, where actually you spend less time recording and you can spend more time with creating and mixing. So it's like I went into it understanding all of that. So we went into that $1 million studio. We was actually able to test out different gadgets, different microphones, because the recording part, that was done. Just went in there and start, did what I had to do. But as far as like being able to use those different gadgets and see what made something sound cooler, using different things and mixing in those EDM sounds into the beat, into the single, like we was able to do those things because I was very well prepared going in.
Wow. Man, I got to take notes.
Oh man, I kid, like I said, man, I learned it. I actually teach it also. I'm actually part of a team called LAM here in St. Louis, and I work with the boys and girls at the Boys and Girls Club with the teens, and I actually teach them artist development, entrepreneurship, and music. I actually show them stage presence, how to perform, how to make music, how to record music. I allow them to record music, show them how to sell it, and they can actually sell their own music. I take them from point A all the way to Z. I teach it all. It's my way of giving back. And plus, some of the kids I teach will never have this opportunity if I wasn't giving it to them. So it's like I love being able to give that. So it's like, I have to focus and understand and learn what I'm doing before I can pass it forward. So I take every opportunity to learn serious when it comes to my music.
Man, word up. Get out of here, though, man. You're explosive. Training the youngins at the Boys and Girls Club. I remember the days at that place, man. So what you're doing now is probably a tremendous help and impact on those youth. We didn't have anything like that when I was coming up in the Boys and Girls Club. But, man, I would have loved to have somebody like you around to, teach about what you're doing, the mechanics of music, which is very, very important, especially if you're just starting out. Sometimes you don't have an example. All you have is YouTube. Well, I'm speaking from 10 years ago, but now everything's on Google, everything's on YouTube. But there was nobody there outlining the steps or the process. So I think that's real cool of you, man.
And the kids, they love it. They actually, I kid you not, when I first started, I was in like a class of 30 kids. And out of that class of 30 kids, I got 10 of them to take it like extremely serious. After I got that 10 to take it extremely serious, the other 20 that just wanted to come to class and play, we created another class for them where they can just play in the gym. And, the ones that wasn't taking it serious, so the ones that did want to take it serious, we're able to give them actual details they can learn. I give them homework. I have different people that I work with that present beats, that makes beats for the kids, that give them opportunity to do things that they really can't do. So I actually really do put personal time into it. Sometimes, even though the class is only an hour, I will be there for 3 hours of my own time. And it's like, they don't pay me to stay there extra long. I do that because it's necessary. And at this time, I feel like if they are willing to show up and work hard, then I'm willing to show up and teach them what they need for them to be successful. And while I'm doing this is, like I said, this is what I want to do, to give back. I got the time and I have the availability, and I feel like it's necessary for them.
Yeah. Man, that is truly inspiring and massive in my opinion. So, yeah, man, Rich, man, what inspires your writing?
Like everything I go through, from relationship, friendship, to work, to just having a good time. I have this thing where I believe what you put into the world is what you get out of it. So I like to be positive all the time. I don't have negative people around me. I don't influence negativity. I just like positivity all around me. And all of that positive energy, all of that influence my writing. That's why I'm able to create something so energetic. And sometimes, like I said, something can happen, or a bad experience can happen, and that emotion that I get out of it, that will inspire something. Like, I don't just write hip hop. I actually write R&B. I wrote a country song before, and I've helped other R&B artists write their albums. And it turned out it's crazy. I feel like I'm actually better at writing R&B than I am at hip hop. I love performing hip hop. I love doing the energy. But that R&B, that emotional music, oh man, I am a monster at that. I like that. I like the stories. I'm a good visionary, so I can tell a story and with words, and you can visually see everything.
Wow. Man, I'm wondering now, Rich, if the release of That Fat Fly Dude has anything at all in terms of how you might feel about confirming your place in music, that you're right where you belong kind of thing. It always takes a while before any of us really feel like we're not going on to something else right away, but that we're established, safe, and secure in what we're doing or the position that we're in. And with all things considered, with work, music, and life, all that stuff has to really combine in just the right way in order for that security to really exist, I suppose. So how secure does the music dream feel these days for you? Is it all clearly a part of your reality now?
It is very secure with me and my dreams. So the way I look at it, I don't worry about getting rich or getting crazy. Don't get me wrong. I want to be a big inspiration to everyone, and of course I want to blow up. But the way I look at my music, that Fat Fly Dude, releasing that was my start. Fat Fly Dude is the start of the Big is Beautiful. That's me giving you energy. That's me giving you lyricism. That's me displaying who bigg-rich is. But I have so much more, and the more I give you, the more I grow, the more I elevate. It only gets better. So that Fat Fly Dude is just me opening up the door to show you. So no matter whether it did 1 million downloads day one or it took a while before it even took off, the start of the momentum, the focus of that momentum, is the momentum building up? Me watching it from the day I released it to watching my YouTube views go up, watching my Instagram views go, watching these things develop, that's momentum. I follow that, and that continues to rise every single day. So for me, when I look at the music, yes, I see myself established because this business is growing. Like I said, I have a clear understanding that it's time, consistency, good more. I know what it takes to be successful, and with me knowing that, I know that I just have to keep moving my feet. I have to keep staying positive. I have to invest in myself, and I just have to keep going. So me thinking if music is it set in it's a part of me. It's built into me. It's the way that I see that I'm going to make my future happen. I have a game plan. I have a business plan. I have it worked. I have so much worked out, and I don't take failure as like, oh, it's not working out. I take failure as lessons. If you don't fail, if you're afraid to fail, then you are afraid to win. You're never going to win. You're never going to get. So for me, I know it's going to be a day that I'm going to fall, but that day I fall, I'm going to learn from it. And you know what? I'm not going to make that mistake again. So for me, it's like, It's more of a when I get there. I'm going to get there. It's just when. I don't know exactly how. All I know is I'm going to work hard every day to get there. And as I work hard every day, opportunity presents itself, and I'm going to make sure I'm standing there. I'm not going to be behind, and I'm not going to give up on it. When opportunity presents itself for me to get where I know I want to be, I'm going to be standing right there waiting on it, putting in that work.
And that is real, man. Oh, man, I definitely appreciate that answer. Definitely, man. That is very inspiring as well. Man, we should probably make sure that we let people know where to find all the new music. It makes sense, while you're here. So, because we're in promotion. So, where do you want us to send people online to find new music and some of your past material?
You can actually go to bigg-rich.com. That's biggrich.com. And from there, I have all my social media links, but also individually, my YouTube, you can see some of my past work and my present work is bigg-rich. My Instagram is br314. My Facebook is bigg-rich. My Twitter is bigg-rich314. And SoundCloud is bigg-rich. So, but my website gives you links to everything, and you can download music. You can download some free music. You can purchase that Fat Fly Dude and my other single, Fat Boy Roll. You can also see pictures. You can see videos. Me working with the kids at the Boys and Girls Club. Me putting on different live shows. Like my live shows are fanatic. Make sure y'all check those out. I have dancers, DJs. Sometimes I have guitar players on stage with me. I'm not your average artist. I don't just stand up, hold a microphone, and rap for you. I give you your money's worth. I give you that full-on stage show. And you can go to when you go to my website and go to the YouTube, you can check all of that out on all of my social media.
Man, that is dope. And guys, just in case you didn't get those links, I have them in the description of the show. So all you have to do is click them. I did all the work, or my fingers did all the work. So thank my fingers later. Or you can thank them now. Whichever comes first. All right. We're at the favorite part of the show. Based on listeners, preference. Of course, they love the interview, but this is one of the big things of the show. So after the music break, we'll be back to put bigg-rich in our traditional hot seat to hear either some vocals, a poem, maybe he want to freestyle rap for us, tell us a joke, some stories, or maybe even play a live instrument. He's super talented. There's no telling what he might do. And you never know what these creative minds and vessels will produce in the spotlight. So when we come back, we'll find out if he has what it takes to be put on the spot, a test of his true artistry, and maybe even some hidden talents. But we already know he has all the talent in the world. We just want to hear it because we're greedy like that. All right, so here's bigg-rich, Fat Fly Dude.
And if you ever date a fat boy, making money, driving nice cars, all my chubby chasers, they know what I mean. You need that fat fly dude to compliment the team. Let go. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. On top of my game, you can never say get rich, ain't no what. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. On top of my game, you can never say get rich, ain't no what. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. With the fat boy swash like sag in his pants, and you know he rock shoes like, ooh. My shades on deck. Hold up, let me do a sweat chat like, ooh. Go watch, go rain, two gold chains, gold, everything like, ooh. In the club wanna be me, bigg-rich, and they know that they see me. Every time I show up, better feed me. On my fat boy stuff, yeah, I'm greedy. You ain't never met a dude till you met a fat dude, and you know he hella cool and he hella comfortable. Swag game on school, 2 wins, no lose. I'm dope, you cool, don't get it confused. And you are skinty for a reason. You make dope, but you ain't eating. You are falling out your season. Winter's coming. She is fiending for the leaning of a bigger thing. I am cushion with a looking with the flights that I am booking. She is tooking. And if you ever date a fat boy, making money, driving nice cars, all my chubby chasers, they know what I mean. You need that fat fly to the compliment the team. That so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. On top of my game, you can never say get rich, ain't no what. and I'm tall as the roof, like, ooh. The bigger the better, I'm warm and cold weather, no need for a sweater, like, ooh. Score game on deck. Hold up, let me do a sweat chat, like, ooh. The B to the Y to the B, and you know that the team is on that, like, ooh. I'm big and I'm blazing. You can say that I'm feeling amazing. As tight as a raisin, purple shades, you can say that I'm graping. And I'm kinda like taking the money my wife and she baking. She baking the stacks of that cake in. You know that I'm fat, that's my favorite. If you ask, I'm the truth. Grab the mic, what you really wanna do? Flow sick like the flu. Leave a choke every time I leave the boo. I got a wet pack check. I fly off and leave the whole crowd wet. So I'm big with a check. If it ain't make a fat, got you next, let's go.
And if you ever date a fat boy, making money, driving nice cars, all my chubby chasers, they know what I mean. You need that fat fly, do the compliment the team. Let's go. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. On top of my game, you can never say bigg-rich, ain't no what. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh. On top of my game, you can never say bigg-rich, ain't no what.
True-noblest.com. Let's go. Hey, stay fit, stay motivated, stay focused. Quality over everything. True Noblest. If you looking for a brand that's the dopest, something that you can rock, you'll look the coldest. T-shirts, beanies and hats, sweatshirts, even hoodies with a tank to match. You can wear it at the gym or when you run on the track. Need to check the website, yeah, I'm telling you facts. Hey, True-Noblest. Got you looking good, you know this. Take a picture, I mean right now. It ain't just a brand, baby, it's a lifestyle. Yeah, True-Noblest. Quality over everything. Yeah.
And there you have it. True-Noblest.com. Check them out for all your freshest threads. Quality over quantity. Oh yeah, True-Noblest.com. Man, what about that track? Yeah, Fat Fly Dude. Explosive. Man, I could imagine that song performed live. Has to be lit. So I'm gonna check it out. See if I can find a live performance of that song. And I advise you guys to do the same. That track is explosive. I mean, good Lord Jesus Christ almighty, man. Had me rocking over here. So, bit by bit, putting it together, piece by piece, only make way of a work of art. Every moment makes a contribution. Every little detail plays a part. Having just the visions, no solution. Everything depends on execution. Putting it together is what counts. You can have, do, or be whatever you want if you will commit to it consistently. That means doing something every day, every hour, even every minute, over and over again until your goal is realized. Little things done again and again have enormous power. It builds a habit. Picking up the phone and calling prospects, practicing a musical instrument, writing chapter after chapter in a book. Success comes from the consistent application of effort. The reason that most people are living, how can I say it? Not living the life they're supposed to live. Not fulfilling their purpose. Is that they're just not disciplined to do work consistently. It's easier to take a 2-hour lunch or skip class or just find a job where someone else tells you exactly what to do. Initiative and consistent effort requires constant commitment. Imagine that you're leaving for lunch in 7 minutes. That's plenty of time to make another phone call that'll propel your future. On the other end, that call may be your future best customer. It's easy to rationalize that you don't have enough time to make another call, and it's easy to find busy work to do for 7 minutes, like looking through your mail again, backing up files on your computer, tidying up your desk, programming your friend's number into your phone. It's easy to let that 7 minutes get away from you. But just killing time won't get you anywhere. And sure, my friends, it's a little painful to make a few extra calls, to practice a little longer, to work a few more minutes on your proposal. But which pain would you rather have? The small pain of discipline, or the enormous pain of regret when you lose the big sale or have to explain to your kids why you can't take them to Disney World? I wouldn't advise you to go there, but it's not my opinion that counts. Better yet, have to explain to yourself, 20 years, 30 years from now that, you could have been something more. Get in the habit of doing the little things over and over again. You'll leave the competition in the dust and create a life of excellence. Even I have to take my own medicine sometimes. Take that from me, Dini-Mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond. All right, we're at the part where Dini reads your email. Dear Dini, if someone says, I forgive, but I don't forget, do they really forgive? How do they show it, or is it just lies? Wow. Okay. There are times you need to forgive, and there are times you need to forget. Like, if your brother eats that leftover pizza you were saving for yourself, it's best to forgive and forget rather than bring up the incident for the next year. And we've all known people who have the hard time of letting go of petty grievances. However, there are other times it's definitely best to forgive and use the common sense God gave you. I had a friend whose father abused her and whose mother turned a blind eye. When she was married with children, they wanted to babysit her children. No, just no. They had already proved to her they weren't good caregivers, and it would have been foolish and downright wrong for her to entrust her children to them. So forgiving doesn't mean there are no consequences. I'll forgive my child for breaking the window, but I'll still make them pay for a new one. I'll do this not for vengeance, but because it's my responsibility to teach my children to be responsible. Forgiveness isn't the same as enabling bad behavior. Forgiving doesn't mean you have to trust the person who wronged you. Forgiving doesn't mean you should put up with abuse. Forgiving a toxic person very often means you have to forgive them from afar and stay away. Again, my friend, use common sense. All right, I have another question. Dear Dini, my spouse cheated on me many times with the man she moved out 2 days ago with her son, but has been calling me daily. I feel that I am the best thing that has happened in her life. Should I forgive her? We were together for 1 year. You know what? I'm going to let my special guest answer that question for you. Bigg-rich, I have a question for you.
All right.
The email reads, my spouse cheated on me many times with a man. She moved out 2 days ago with her son, but has been calling me daily. I feel that I am the best thing that has happened in her life. Should I forgive her? We were together for 1 year.
My response to that, like going through not quite something like that, but something close to it. The reality is you got to give her time to grow. You got to give her time to make sure that she have grown, because if you put yourself back in that position or back on that ledge again and she break your heart again, it can be worse than last time, or it can put you in a bad position. So it's not that, yes, you should definitely forgive her. It's always the right thing to do, forgive her. But at the same time, before you let her back in that position where she can hurt you again, you should take time as friends. Y'all don't have to get right back into it. Take time to build up that friendship, rekindle that trust, and rekindle and make sure that, make sure it's real before you jump back into it. I just say go into it at least more cautiously this time as friends instead of just jumping right back into it. But of course, you should forgive her.
Definitely. Good answer, Bigg-rich. I take it that you're an easy forgiving person.
Yeah, man, I don't hold grudges, man. To be honest, so many people have done me wrong, and it's because I have that kind heart. I'm that type of person. It's like, it's what's done is done. It's nothing, me going in revenge doesn't help the situation. Like, after I give revenge, what does that fix? How does that change what has already been done? So it's like, for me, man, forgive, let go, man. It's less stress on me. And who cares what everybody else think? Oh, you shouldn't. No, that's your problem. You get to think about it every day. I'm not going to think about it after I let it go.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. All right, man. You're now in our hot seat. What do you have for us?
I'll spit some bars for you guys, man. Just have some fun. Warm it up with something cool, and then I'll just get in it and just let y'all hear what I'm capable of.
All right, cool.
I'll kick it off. I tell her, stop and let the roof down slow. With you to know, we like to call that the cool down mode. Ashanti's on 24s and those on flip mode. Steering wheel in the middle where the console go. Wet paint, light sweat, then it's lit like oil. Who would have thought a college grad could afford that core? The song say grind, so I stayed on mine. Never showed a drop of dope, but then I still got shine. What? The game won't change. Yeah, homie said the game won't change. Then they blame it on change, that they're taking the blame to the mixtape lane. No way. Then they blame it on the mic. They say the shit ain't right. And then the crowd go wild. Once I finish my time, I guess I might call right. And the nigga really hate when they blame it on the stage. If you want to be great, then you got to carry weight. The juice, this won't take. Got to stay on your grind. Show the people in time that you will shine. Then I'm going to hit the mind at the drop of a dime, and I won't waste time. Nigga in his prime at the look at the time. Then if I see the sign that I got to get mine. I got the Lou on smash. Yeah, homie, got the Lou on smash. I got the fat boy road, and I hit him with the gold in the cool down mode. Ooh, if you really want to know, you better come to the show. You ain't never seen the show, so you see the whole crowd do the fat boy roll, and I rock the mic. Ooh, killer got the whole crowd hype. That fat fly dude so cool, everybody in the crowd like, ooh, on top of my game. You can never say bigg-rich lane, no way. Not love for my city, everybody coming when we want to make it to the fame. Constantly killing, I know you can feel it from ripping and feeling, the cussing, the feeling, the wonderful feeling, the winning, the top and the grinning, the hoping, the grinning, the way that I'm winning. Bigg-rich on the way, yeah, homie, bigg-rich on the way. And I'm working every day just to make it to the pay, bigg-rich on the way. I can keep going if you want more.
Man, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I tell you what, I'll do something that y'all do some. I got one for you. Check
yeah, go ahead.
It's me being playful. Here we go. Bars. Beauty in the Beast transformation, no segregation from stars. I wanted it and I'm getting it in, and you best believe I work hard. No back down, no sit down. You want me, it's going down. And I just got a check. And I just got a check. Saying I just got a, and I just got a check. Saying I just got a, and I just got a check. Saying I just got a, and I just got a check. Please, homie, sleep on me. I guarantee you will wake up by your lonely, cause it was only yesterday when I was super hungry. No more bologna, macaroni with the powder, homie. Good nights on me, best believe that they ain't by me lonely. I got a team so bigg-rich and they for profit only. Businessmen with the swag to match the bigger, homie. I rep my city every day to God, call me homie, and I just got a check. Oh yeah. I love what I do, man. I love it.
Amazing. Yo, so look, I interviewed an actress today, Camille Cavan, and she spit an Eminem verse, and I was like, yo, you got the best hot seat of the year, but I'm going to have to give that to you now. Yeah, that was just ridiculously wicked. Wow, I'm amazed, bro.
That's what's up, man. And actually, on my Instagram, like what I do on Instagram, I actually post, like I'll do 16 bars pretty much every week, and I'll drop it and I'll post a video to Instagram. And actually for my YouTube, I'm actually starting it up now. Where I'm actually, me and my friend Marty Griptide, we are actually going to be putting out videos moving forward. We're going to try to drop a new video every week. We're recording a bunch of songs, getting our categories stacked up right now, and we're actually going to go out into St. Louis, and we're going to let people see all of St. Louis. We might just stop and record a video on the side of the highway. You never know how it's going to go. We're just going to use what we have and actually give you crazy bars amazing music and just a St. Louis experience. So y'all can definitely follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and y'all can follow that. That is going to be awesome, and that's actually going to be kicking off starting next week.
Man, dope. All right, brother, man. Welcome to the end. This is our Vigilantes Radio open floor. So if you have anything that you just want to share with the people before we get out of here, it's all you.
Oh man, just make sure you guys follow the movement, man. It's positive. You feel me? I took something. Some you guys might not know, I was on BET on a TV show called One Shot. And on that TV show in Chicago, I went out and competed in Chicago. I finished top 6 out of 5,000 people in Chicago. And I didn't make it to top 2. And I knew I did see why I did not make it to top 2, but I didn't let that discourage me. I took that L that I took, and I went home, and I really rebuilt my whole image, rebuilt my whole brand. I went out, I took everything so much more serious. I actually own bigg-rich. That is actually my brand. I own that. I actually have a company. I started my own company. I did all of that. I started dressing better. I started working out. I started rocking the beards. I just redeveloped myself into what I could be. I told myself if the opportunity ever presented itself again, I'm going to always be ready this time. That time I had an opportunity. I was on national TV and I got close, but I didn't get to where I wanted to be. So this time I'm not going to miss that. So one thing I want to leave you guys with today, always move your feet. Always don't be afraid of change. Change is good. You're going to have to keep changing as you grow up every year. If you're doing the same thing you did last year, that's not improvement. You're stagnating and you're blocking your own self. Don't say what you can't do. It's no what you can't do. It's you just got to get out there and do it. I came from a very poor place in St. Louis, a place where I honestly didn't think I was going to college. I didn't even care to college. I didn't think about none of that. It took for me to push myself, to drive myself. I didn't really have a role model coming up. It was all self-navigated. It was all self-pushed. So you can do it too. So out of today, yes, I do great music of everything, but the biggest thing for me, I always want to be a positive influence. So following my brand, following me, I'm definitely going to give you that positive influence. And I'm just crazy. You watch these videos, you're going to laugh. You're going to feel good. The music, you're going to laugh. You're going to feel good. You're going to see some emotions. Follow it. You want to be inspired. You want to be, empowered. Self-empowerment, something that you can leave with. You can listen to my music and leave with something. You follow that, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed at all. So follow me at bigg-rich.com, Instagram, BR314, Facebook, bigg-rich, YouTube, bigg-rich. If you are for features, you want to talk business, you might want to see how I can, help you with your writing. I can help with all of that. I'm an accessible guy. It's not, I learned that you have to be accessible to a certain point. So you're not going to have to go through mountains of people to reach me. You can my email is biggrich@gmail, biggrichlstl@gmail. Send me over email. I'm always open to do business. I'm a businessman. Let's talk. Reach out to me. Inbox me on any of my social media or on my website. You can send me a direct message on my website. I'll get back with you. I take care of business. I'm about business. So get at me, man. bigg-rich out here, man. Follow the move.
Definitely. Hey, let me ask you this. What do you think it was that, that stopped you from getting that number 2 position or number 1 position on that TV show?
I wasn't prepared, to be honest. I went up there, and I'm one of them artists that rap really fast, the way I just got through rapping for you guys. And also, I'm a big guy. I don't like to sit still. So I'm actually on stage dancing and moving and getting the crowd amped up. But I wasn't physically in the best shape. So when I was out there killing all them bars, sometimes it wasn't any vocals or anything behind me. So sometimes I skipped over a word or whatnot. And that alone stopped me from getting there. I wasn't ready. And I wasn't mad. Don't get me wrong, I was mad at myself for not being more prepared, even though I was working out and I was running and doing all that before I got there. I just needed to do more. So I told myself I'm never going to make that mistake again. So now I actually work hard. That prevented me from getting to that next level. So now I work harder. When I go out there and I run, I tell myself the the ending is always the hardest part. And people always give up right when they at the end. They just don't see it. But the end is always the hardest part. So now I prepare myself even more every single day for that next opportunity that comes.
Yes, sir. My homie Melodic is on the line. Let's see if he have anything to add. What's up, man?
All right.
Appreciate you tuning in.
What up, Houdini?
What's up? What's up?
I was just listening to the show, enjoying it, you know.
Definitely. All right, man. I was just checking on you, man. I seen you had tuned in. See if you had anything to say.
Yeah. Shout out to bigg-rich, and keep doing your thing. Keep staying positive, and I'm definitely check you out.
Man, I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, you can check out the website, bigg-rich.com, biggrich.com. And, man, it's great, man. It's the experience. It's professional. Everything. I put the work in, man. I take my business very serious. I do this not just to be like an artist. You feel me? I want to be a businessman. Like I said, different people. I like learning. I want to make business power moves. And I can use music in a million different ways to make money. And I'm trying to do those type of things. So I take it serious. And at the same time, I give you great quality work, a great product. So if you check it out, I guarantee you won't be disappointed at all.
I'm definitely going to check it out. Thank you.
No problem at all. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website, and that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to theradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the #1 rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.